Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for ScubaRadio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that ScubaRadio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Up under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for ScubaRadio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. We had everybody. We had Captain Martini and Jerry the Diver Guy live at the Gomez Hilton, and I don't see them anymore. Barry, what happened to them? They were online just a second ago, I thought.
The last word I heard was, uh-oh. They disappeared.
Really? I don't know. Are there storms in South Florida today or something?
No,
maybe
it's gorgeous out. It is.
Really?
This is a fantastic weekend.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe the internet gremlins are playing games with us today.
Either that or the tiki hut crashed.
They could be.
I have a theory.
There has been some upgrades going on at the Gomez Hilton in South Florida this week. They've expanded the tiki bar. And actually, Jerry the Diver Guy went down from the mountains of Virginia to visit Captain Walt to help him put on the finishing touches or potentially christen the new tiki hut by blowing chunks all over it or something. Or is that how they do it?
Dollars to donuts. Jerry dumped some rum into the laptop.
Emphasis on dumped.
He probably polished off all the rum.
It could be a little bit of that. Yeah. But I don't know what's going on. It seems to have something's been acting up. So we'll see where the rest of the ScubaRadio Scuba Squad is, because obviously we have Barry the Bugger, and we have CJ, but we have no one else.
That's all you need.
Well, that's true.
Who else do you need, Greg? Seriously.
Well, you Greg or Ray?
Ray.
Yeah, I actually pulled out something from the archives. We've been doing a little spring cleaning here at the ScubaRadio headquarters.
This is so awesome.
And
I don't know if you could see
that is my, as you can see on Facebook Live and YouTube, that is my first autographed album that I got when I was a kid, growing up in Cincinnati, Ohio. It was Eddie Money's first album that he came out with. He came to town. He went to the local record store. Swallens was the name of it.
Swallows?
Swallens. What are you laughing for, Barry?
Swollen?
What's so funny? It's Swallens.
It's swollen.
Swollen.
Is it swollen or
Swallens.
swallowed?
No, it is. It's Swallens.
Either way, it's not appropriate.
Yeah. Anyway, I went up to Eddie Money. He was playing in town that week, and I was, kind of starstruck. And
Look at this goofy kid.
And I asked him to sign his album that I'd purchase, and he said sure, and he signed it for me, and I was all excited, and it was one of the first albums I ever purchased. And I got back home and I look at it, and it says, "Hey Ray, rock and roll, Eddie Money."
Ray.
Yeah. I think he was already deaf at that point in his rock career.
Definitely does say, "Hey Ray, rock and roll."
That's right.
Money. And there's someone else signed it under him. Do you know who that is?
What are you talking about? It's all
There's
him.
two signatures.
No, there's not. You're
says,
a liar.
"Hey Ray, rock and roll, Eddie Money," and then what's it say down here?
I don't know. Give that to me.
Jiminy?
Jiminy. I don't know. Let me look.
Is
Maybe
that like a guy in his band?
It's been so long since I've looked at
Look
this
at the
thing.
bottom under Eddie Money.
Jimmy Lyon. And Jimmy Lyon.
Was he the sax player?
I don't know. Maybe that's maybe he was with them or something. I don't know. I don't know who that is.
It's
look
still
on the album. Is it on the album? Like maybe he's a band
Like I
member.
could read that. Come on.
Did you
What?
buy that album off eBay?
I bought it at Swallens. Damn you! Didn't you listen?
Yeah, but you don't remember there were more than one person there.
Well, I don't. I just remember Eddie Money
Now,
and the fact that he
Tell
called
him
me Ray
why he called you Ray. We figured it out.
because he's deaf. He was a rocker. And he had already lost his hearing at that point.
But
is
that
my
doesn't
guess.
explain it. He says, "Hey, what's your name?" You go, "Greg." So he hears, "Greg." He thinks it's Ray. All he
think?
hears is, "Greg."
Well, maybe it was before my radio career, and
He was very
I started
bashful.
projecting. Hey,
Ray, rock and roll. So that's been an inside joke where I tell Greg, I say, "Hey, Ray, rock and roll."
yeah. When you ever hear CJ saying that's what he's referencing, and I actually during the ScubaRadio spring cleaning event this week, I actually came across the album. I was like,
I've heard about this for years, and this is the
CJ
first
probably
time
thought I was just making this story up.
No,
I mean,
I could tell that's not made up.
yeah, it's the truth. My first, introduction.
Why would you
to
make
rock
that
and
up?
roll.
It's silly. So this.
Hey, Ray, rock and roll. Yeah, you know what? You're so excited as a kid. I
You
was
could have
probably
corrected it. You could have just wrote Greg over it.
Well, he could have, but I didn't know he had done it wrong. I didn't look at it. I just took the album. I was like, oh, this is so cool. I got an autographed album by a rock star.
And now, rest in peace. He's no longer with us.
Yeah.
So
that album right there, that autographed album, would be worth millions
No,
if
it
it
wouldn't.
actually would say Greg.
Only to someone if
it was like Elvis, maybe.
If I could only find somebody named Ray
If
who
it was-
loves Eddie Money.
If it was Elvis and it was an original album and it didn't have a name on it, if it was just like Elvis Presley,
Millions, I tell you.
no.
I would sell it and buy a ton of scuba gear, and I'd wait and purchase it the week of the 4th of July because it was announced this week that in Florida we're going to have a tax-free week, the 4th of July, called Freedom Week. The governor signed a bill this week to do just that, and it's like all these outdoor sport activities that you can participate in, like boating, fishing. Scuba diving, I believe, will count because it's all outdoor activities, and supplies for those activities are going to go tax-free for the week of the 4th of July. Now, they didn't say specifically scuba diving, but outdoor activities. I'm like, hey, this counts. This has to count.
Definitely outdoors.
Yeah. So it was kind of big news this week, and we put it out there on the Scuba Radio Facebook page to let the world know. I don't know. Barry, you're an accountant. You would know this tax stuff. Could someone actually come into Florida and visit us during the 4th of July, buy scuba gear, and not have to pay tax? That would count for them too, right?
Absolutely. It's just sales tax. They're just going to turn it off like during hurricane season in June. They're supposed to do that.
Yeah. Bonus. So now you have another reason to come to Florida. Other than just escaping your cave that you've
So
been
the dive
isolated
shops
to.
would know this if you're going to buy gear.
Well, I would assume if they've been paying attention to the news this week, but I haven't seen much chatter about it in the dive community. That's why I wanted to get it out there, because I thought, hey, this is really cool news. This is really something.
Well, the way he had marketed it was just for everyone to get outdoors. He didn't specifically say one particular group.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I just saw outdoor activities. I'm like, hey, scuba diving counts. And, we need to take advantage of this. This is huge. And of course, they're trying to create incentive, like Barry said, to get people to go out there and, get active, go see a concert, outdoor activity, movies even count. I mean, they're doing this all day. It's called Freedom Week. It's kind of cool, a tax-free week in Florida. So I think it's awesome. Awesome. Everybody has to, just get out there and kind of take advantage of it. That's the trick. And you can't take advantage of it if you don't know about it. So that's why we are here, to alert the world, to shout it from the tops of the mountains.
Breaking news.
Actually, we're at sea level, so there's not many mountains that we have to work with. But it's all good. Oh, I see we got the Gomez Hilton connected
They're
via
back
the web.
online.
They're trying to reestablish the connection of any two tanks with us as well.
There he is.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Right.
Oh, I see the new tiki bar at the Gomez Hilton looks really nice. That's it. This is going to be a nice upgrade next time.
Is it all? Is it finished?
I believe it is.
Come in, Tokyo.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is it Tokyo or Jared the diver guy? He's looking at us like, well, I don't know. He's kind of looking like he's in deep thought, which
Not
is kind of
possible.
surprising.
Not possible.
Yeah. Can you hear us? No, he can't hear squat. They're still trying to hook things up. Going, I don't know. Should we do the sound for this?
No.
No. He goes,
Less is
I don't
more.
know. I don't know, Walt. I hooked it up. It ain't working. It ain't working. I can't hear a word. But I don't know. Walt hears us
What's
now.
Vinny guy going up? Vinny, what are you showing us?
He's wearing a beanie.
No, he's wearing his shirt. He's poking his shirt out.
He's poking a what out?
His shirt.
Yeah. He's wearing his
Ray. It's his shirt, Ray.
Ray. That's right. That's a Explorer Venture boat? No. Yeah, I can't. We can't have your mic on because Jerry the Diver guy has messed up the audio. I can't have any of the squad on right now because they might say something inappropriate.
Swear?
They have an open mic.
Swear
word? So we're going to have to fix this during the commercial break.
So here's gosh or dang it.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, whatever you do. All right, well, if this is any indication, it's only downhill
Great
from
show
here.
so far. Nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, stay close. More with Ray next on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Need an escape from reality for a while? Your favorite scuba action star, Mike Scott, is back in an all-new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys: Reefs Under Pressure. From the brilliant mind of author Eric Douglas comes the thriller that started it all. Listen as Mike unravels the death of a girl, the protest of new development, and the systemic destruction of coral reefs, all against the stunning backdrop of Grand Cayman Island. This one's got it all. Submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface. When he was ready and completely relaxed, he wrapped his arms through the straps of the seat cushion and gently slid into the water.
Dive back into adventure with Cayman Cowboys. Also available, Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish. Download all 5 audiobooks now at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, or audible.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo with a buddy or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, no Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio Scuba Cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Save us St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks. New destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Weather is better when you breathe like a fish. Weather is better when you're making a wish. Right now I wish that I was making bubbles, diving away all of my troubles.
Hi, I am Peter, dive guy from Humboldt Explorer and the Galapagos Islands. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to the diving. Now here's the guy who likes stirring the boobies as much as I do. Ray the Dive Master.
Will there be boobies?
Oh yeah.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. You know, the Galapagos made the news this week as well. You hear about this, CJ?
Nope.
Really? Darwin's Ark collapsed in the Galapagos, which is basically a landmark in the Galapagos. I mean, it's like when you go to the Galapagos Islands, you're pretty much out there in the middle of nowhere, away from everything, with the exception of these little landmass areas like Darwin's Ark. And you go out there,
and that's a piece
or arch, I should say.
It's a fish.
No, it's a
piece of wood.
A land. You know, it's
sand.
An arch. It was an arch.
Was it made out of rock?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal. And evidently it collapsed, like, I don't know, this past Sunday or Monday. in the Galapagos. Made a lot of news on social media.
I would call that evolution.
Well, there's talk of them changing it from the from Darwin's arch, I should say, to the pillars of evolution. Now,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But if people are like, oh my God, the ark has collapsed. Oh, I never thought that would happen in my lifetime. Oh, the end of the world and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, yeah, I don't know if it's that big of a deal.
Nobody cares.
The critters in the Galapagos, I don't think they care. And I don't think it affected the dive site around that particular place in the Galapagos.
Unless, some piece of rock hits you in the head.
Right. You wouldn't have been you don't want to be the diver that was under it when that thing collapsed.
Nope.
And supposedly one of the dive boats, liveaboard boats, were out there when this happened. So it would have been interesting to witness, because obviously, you don't expect something like that to collapse. And it's been photographed so many times because it is like a landmark in the Galapagos. You have to get your picture taken.
Now, it has been there. When did he name
Arch.
it? What are we talking, 100 years, 150?
You mean when was it named Darwin's Arch?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go with that. Lots of years.
You don't know. Okay.
Don't know. Google it. But for as long as I can remember.
It's your story.
No, for as long as I remember, it was always referred to as Darwin's Arch, and you would look at this, or you would have to get your picture taken in front of it, kind of as your, required souvenir of going to the Galapagos. Vinny, you haven't been to the Galapagos.
Look, it's Darwin's head injury.
No,
you have not. Right. But
Nope.
But you still want to go, even though the arch is now a pillar, or two of them, I guess, right? Yeah, you turned your mic off, Vinny. You got to turn your mic on. There we go. Turn the mic back on. Yeah. What do you think, Vinny? Yes? No? It's going to take him a while.
Broadcasting
That's okay.
school. F.
That's all right. We heard him there for a minute, and then he turned his mic off. So he has.
I want to go.
There it is.
On the next Scuba Radio Explorer Adventure trip.
Well, that's another thing altogether. We do have a big announcement on the show today about the next Scuba Radio Scuba Cruise. It is not going to be to the Galapagos because, the arch fell, so I don't want to go there now.
But look at my shirt. It says Explorer Adventure Saba St. Kitts.
There you go. So he's wearing his Saba shirt.
Why Saba or Saba?
Well, yeah, it's Saba.
Saba.
Correct. That's how the locals say it. Saba, not Saba. So, but he's wearing his shirt, which is an upgrade because a lot of times Vinny comes on the show, he doesn't wear anything.
Yeah. Well, half of me.
Okay. We didn't have to.
WTMI.
What is that?
WTMI.
What's that stand for?
Yeah.
Too much information.
Way too much information.
Oh, way too much.
Too much information.
Okay.
WTMI.
Mm-hmm.
Barry has to be careful not to be stimulated too much.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
Yeah. You might cause some kind of landmass to collapse.
So, when do we get to hear the announcement? Do we have to wait?
I was going to tease it, but should I just blurt it out?
Blurt it out.
Yeah. Well, since
if you need to pad for time, we could just BS for a couple more hours.
He's wearing the short.
I kind of gave you a hint.
Yeah. Well, and he feels itchy, and he really wants to take the shirt off. So I'll go ahead and put it out there. Yeah, Saba. We're going to Saba in September. Actually, we'll be flying on September 11th. It'll be the 11th to the 18th. And we're going into Saba. It'll be in and out of St. Martin, we believe. We don't think that's going to change. Usually they bounce between starting in St. Martin and ending in St. Kitts or vice versa. But right now, with the way the pandemic's been, the Explorer Adventure boat has been going in and out of St. Martin, which actually I would prefer that because they're doing more diving just around the island of Saba, which is spectacular diving. And truly unique for Caribbean diving in that part of the world for sure. The dive sites around the island of Saba, you could definitely spend the entire week there. And that's what they've been doing because St. Kitts has been kind of shut down. And even St. Eustatius, one of the other islands that they sometimes have a tendency to visit when things are open. But I'm just good just hanging around Saba the whole time. So we'll see. That probably will be the case even as late as September. but it could expand out where we end up getting access to some of the dive sites in St. Kitts too. We'll have to wait and see. But there are some spots available right now if you want to join us in St. Martin to dive around Sabo with Explorer Ventures. 1-800-322-3577. Book it now. Join us on the next Scuba Radio Scuba Cruise. Vinny Two Tanks is going to promise to wear his shirt the entire week. And, whether he wears any pants, we'll have to wait and see.
I think it's mandatory.
I think so.
I hope so.
But, we'll just, that'll be one of the, surprises on board.
Have some decency.
Yeah. And, but we have some other special guests that are going to join us on that trip yet to be announced. So there's, I'll be there. We're going to have some prizes and things like that, but I'm bringing on some other things on board.
Oh, good.
Yeah, to kind of offset that fact. And the drawer issue that Vinny might expose us to.
WTMI.
Anyway, we got a lot of stuff to cover today.
Don't make Barry sing again, please.
Yeah, stop that. Jim Elliott from Dive Heart is going to join us on Scuba Radio today. He's the big cheese, big kahuna, diveheart.org, a great organization that helps divers with disabilities. They are going to be doing a big concert at Bugfest. We got that to talk about, and to debut a new song about Dive Heart. That's coming up on the big show today. So stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Conventional underwater scooters can be heavy, unwieldy, and underpowered. At just over 8 pounds and with speeds of up to 7 miles per hour, the Scuba Jet Pro dive scooter is a game changer and fits in your dive bag. The Scuba Jet Pro uses an eco-friendly jet engine with impeller technology. With adapters, it can even power paddleboards, canoes, kayaks, and all kinds of water sports equipment. It's the most versatile scooter you'll ever own. Learn more and get the Scuba Jet Pro at ScubaJet.com. That's ScubaJet.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to Nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new Scuba Radio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 Scuba Radio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always, and I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New Scuba Radio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am, and everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Momentarily, we're going to be checking in with Jim Elliott from diveheart.org. They got a new song about Dive Heart. We're going to play a little clip of it for you. That's coming up. And they also are going to be having a concert at Bugfest at Lauderdale by the Sea for Bugfest by the Sea at the end of July. We're going to talk about that and what they've been up to with that fine organization. Also, did you see last week we were raving about the UFOs, the underwater UFOs. It was all over the news this week. Have you been catching this, CJ?
No.
We are way ahead of the curve because I got several emails from divers going, oh, yeah, Greg, you're right. We thought you were just yanking our chain. They thought it was a big joke. But
well, you have been known to spew crap from time to time.
That is not true.
So you could forgive them for thinking that.
No, that is rumor and innuendo.
It's all fact.
It is not. We would never lead our.
Not we, you.
I don't think that's accurate.
Sometimes you like to joke around.
No, I'm not joking.
I mean,
when
they're
it
hit or
comes
miss.
to aliens.
But yeah.
Yeah, but it's a thing. And next month, sure enough, there's going to be a report from the Pentagon that's going to be released to the world. And there's rumors that they actually maybe even are going to have like physical evidence of aliens.
That's just to distract you from all the real crap that's going on.
Or it's going to be some really cool dive gear that the mainstream media can't identify. It must be from aliens from outer space. Some of these scooters that we have, like the Scuba Jet, it doesn't, it looks pretty high tech. It could be mistaken for something from another planet, you think?
Sure.
Yeah, you're not buying this at all.
No.
You're a skeptic.
Yep.
You will be converted. And you heard it here first on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. When you're out there diving, be on the lookout.
Nanu.
For the aliens. They have invaded, and they might be your dive buddy on your next dive. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. Your heart is free. Have the courage to follow up.
Take a dive, take a dive, take a dive. I see you climbing high. I see you diving. Take a dive, take a dive, take a dive. I see you climbing high. I see you diving. Diving, dive smart, dive hard, dive hard, diving.
I like your song.
Dive smart. Dive hard, dive hard, dive hard.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. That might be the world premiere, well, definitely on Scuba Radio. I know it was released on YouTube this week. Diveheart.org is the organization. They got a new song. I believe we have Jim Elliott on Scuba Radio right now. Jim, you with me? Come in.
I am with you, sir.
There you
got
go.
Me cracking up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's cracking up. Is
easily
it technical?
amused.
All right. Fair enough.
Is that true?
Yes. Well, that's why you're listening. No, it's because he was scheduled to appear, so he was forced to hang with us today. But
either that or he just came from the dentist.
We apologized in advance. I don't know if you're on the line at that point, Jim. So if not, I will do it again. But regardless, hey, congrats on the new Dive Hard song. I'm digging that. I think that's quite a fun little, song, little ditty there.
Yeah.
Real toe tapper.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, I said, how can I help you? I go, what do you do? And he goes, well, I'm a music producer, singer-songwriter, blah, 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 Grammy nominated. And he said, I said, do a song. And this is what he came up with. And I went, oh, my God.
Pretty sweet.
Away.
So was that just released this week?
Yeah, it was this week or last week, but it's all recent. Yeah, and we actually are a music production company now.
What?
We have pro bono. Yeah, we have pro bono. COVID has given me too much free time. Clearly, we went to our attorneys, and they happen to have an office in LA, who said, "Let us walk you through this and hold your hand. We'll do everything pro bono." And the guys that created the song, basically, we have all the publishing rights. So if Spielberg says, "I want to use that song for my next underwater film,"
yeah.
That's a revenue generating source for Dive Hard. So it's all good. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, we've had too much time on our hands. When when you stay out of the water, you dry out on your surface interval. You end up doing all this crazy side stuff. I mean, we have a new Scuba Radio guitar that you can see on Facebook
Right.
Live now, and
Right.
I'm going to make some racket with that, and and that's what happens when we can't dive. But sometimes it's good, like what you just released, and sometimes it's not as good, which is more of what we tend to specialize in. But regardless, it gives us something to do and keep our head in the game. But, this song, first off, there's going to be a big concert. What is it? Is it Friday or Saturday night of Bug Fest at Lauderdale by the Sea? Do you remember offhand?
I do not.
I know that because I was thinking they may have changed it from Saturday night, because it's typically Saturday night of Bug Fest, last Saturday of July, or right after Florida mini season. But they're having a big event for Dive Heart, to benefit Dive Heart. So it is happening this year. It'll be one of the first big outdoor events for a Florida diver. So I'm looking forward to that. And obviously it's for a good cause. You guys do a lot of great work with divers that have challenges, and you get them out there, get them wet, and teach them how to dive, and just getting them access to get their mindset straight, right? Or back on track.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, we were in Key Largo working with one of our instructor trainers to get a whole new group of instructors certified with the Dive Hard Adaptive certification.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I was in the water since December 2019.
Oh, wow.
When I had 50 people in Cozumel, probably half a dozen adaptive divers.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of last year, early this year, my hips were really starting to, it could be age, but it was like they're bothering me. And last week when I was in the water in Key Largo, I'm like, oh my God, they're like, I'm back. What they say about chronic pain is true. So now I'm telling people that I'm not just the president of Dive Hard, I'm a customer.
Well, geez, that's not good. But I mean, you were in Key Largo last week, so you didn't have any issues, or what?
No. After getting back in the water, the pain, I was pain free. And one morning I got up and went, "Oh my God, I don't have any kind of ache or pain or anything like that."
Right.
And we've had people do that. You're in chronic pain. You're sitting in a wheelchair for 10 or 15 years, and all of a sudden, we get you in the water, and if we get you deep enough, you get that extra kick of serotonin, and all of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, I'm pain free. We've had guys after a Cozumel trip where we're in the water every day. They're pain free that week, and then they're pain free. Chronic pain starts coming back 2 weeks after. So.
Wow. Well, yeah, it's just the lack of gravity, because people that have challenges like that. I mean, just every day, just suffering through the day can be painful for them, and then you get them into the ocean and get them diving. They become weightless, and it really does change their whole being. And that's kind of how this whole thing started with you, and it was like you kind of stumbled into this, didn't you?
Yeah, I guided blind skiers because my oldest daughter's blind since the 80s, and then I said, well, diving could do better, because you get guys out of wheelchairs, get them in standing up, even just in a pool, and it'll take, like you said, all these intuitive things that you know about diving. It's like, okay, you probably are getting better circulation, you're getting better range of motion, all these things are happening. So I went right to our local University Medical Center, and we started doing research, and we've done 10 scuba symposiums. We have right now, this is crazy, during COVID, we picked up 5 occupational therapy doctoral candidates doing their capstone residencies with us.
Wow.
And we've got a recreational therapist doing the same thing, and we just had another one contact us. So we're using them to, we just presented at Indiana Wesleyan University to 30 occupational therapy students and professors, and this one student that's with us doing her residency is creating a program so that OTs, PTs, and RTs can get, physical therapists and recreational therapists, as well as occupational therapists, can get their CEUs, which are continuing education credits. So right now we're fine-tuning a PowerPoint where we're going to stand in front of all these different therapists, and basically show them, encourage them to get into scuba therapy because of all the great things it does. And, there have been studies that said, hey, you know what? Aquatic therapy is a real thing. insurance company. I mean,
you got to work in some kind of acronym, like you want to go down with OPP or something like that. Isn't that how they do it? Yeah. So, but yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you're always doing just crazy stuff to help facilitate folks to get down there that have these challenges, and it's a very admiring thing that you guys do at Dive Heart. And
admirable.
Yeah. Well, I admire it too.
Support. Yeah.
Yeah. And diveheart.org is the website to go to and support the organization. How else can people get involved? I mean, they can volunteer, go through some of the programs, become an instructor type thing, or what?
Absolutely. We're gearing up our buddy and instructor training now. I'm back in Key Largo at Rainbow Reef and at the end of June, and I'll be training instructors there, and we're going to be inviting people to come down to that. And we have instructor trainers around the world that we send people to if you're in Hawaii or if you're in Florida or whatever, and so they can do that. But the easy button, I mean, if you want to just say, hey, I like what you're doing, I want to help you, do a Facebook fundraiser, man. Make us your charity. That's so easy. We have people do that for their birthdays, and Facebook doesn't charge you like a credit card fee at all, so you can like donate $100, and the $100 comes to Dive Heart. And it's like, sweet. Wow. Yeah. I mean, other than writing a check, that's the best way to donate straight to us. And so creating a fundraiser, we recycle wetsuits, and we make coasters, and we use the funds from the coasters to fund our programs. Yeah. So, I mean, donating
good stuff.
Gear is always, it's try to keep it out of landfills, right?
Yeah. CJ?
Greg, Barry just texted me. I guess you have their mic still off.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, good for you.
Right. Thank you. I'm learning.
He said the Dive Heart show is Wednesday night.
Is Wednesday night? Oh, okay. Well, see, they keep switching it. They've switched around Bugfest
at
this
the
year.
Plunge Beach Resort.
Interesting. Okay.
So he's researching for us. Thank you, Barry.
The bottom line is Bugfest, one of the big beneficiaries of Bugfest is going to be Dive Heart, and it has been for the last few years. They do a fun little thing down there, and the fact that you could have fun and support a good cause like all this stuff that Jim and his crew do at Dive Heart is just icing on the cake, or butter on the lobster. Maybe we could call it that. Yeah, but it's good stuff. Well, Jim, thanks for being on Scuba Radio. Congrats on the new song. I love it. We're going to keep playing it if you'll let us. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Oh, please.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be wonderful.
I
would love to see some dance videos come in that I could share on our social media network as well, because I know there's a lot of creative people out there. I've seen wheelchair dancer groups and stuff like that.
There you go. Just get on YouTube and do your own little pantomime to it. I love it. All right, diveheart.org.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hey guys, it's May, and I just wanted to remind you
This shark, swallow you whole.
that I'm scared of sharks. 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 They'll bite you. I don't wanna get my leg bit off by a shark. Shark, 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 shark. Stay away, shark. Sharks are fast, sharks are mean. Sharks will bite you in the spleen. Sharks are fast, sharks are mean. Sharks will bite you in the spleen.
I'll catch this bird for you, but it ain't gonna be easy. Bad fish.
Stay away, shark. I don't wanna get my leg bit off by a shark. Shark, 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 shark.
You don't know me.
Stay away, shark.
You don't know what I got.
Yeah, well, you got a picture or a video of a shark, but I think you've exaggerated. That's what I'm saying here on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Greg, was that you singing that before you got your hormonal treatments?
No.
Oh, it wasn't you.
You, my friend. And
Was
I say
that
very
when you asked us to
subjectively.
call you Helen? Remember that weird phase you went through and you're like, hey, I'm not Greg anymore. I'm now Helen.
Take that. So.
I'm thinking of Ray.
Yeah, maybe. All right, so CJ did forward this story this week about a bull shark that you came across on YouTube.
Oh, you do get my emails.
I got him.
He never responds. He's terrible. I'll find something. I'll shoot it over to him, and nothing.
I mean, it was pretty cool video. It was off the coast.
Not
of
a hey,
Florida.
thanks. Not a nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, but well, I wanted to save it for the air.
He does me the same way, CJ.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
that's true. We got to save it for the radio.
I
Jerry,
forgot
the
I
diver
even
guy,
sent
knows.
that. What was it about?
Well, it was this guy who was off the coast of Florida, I believe, and he came across some bull sharks, the biggest bull shark ever, or whatever.
He thought she
And
was
he was in the
pregnant.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was talking about, but I watched the video, and I was like, wait a minute, this guy's hosing us, because it was all about perspective. He was doing the classic, video and picture of having the fish in the foreground and the diver in the background, and the still picture that they were promoting had the shark look like it was about to chomp down on a diver who would fit in the jaws of the bull shark. And I'm like, that's not accurate. That's all forced perspective. That's how fishermen make their catch when they're holding their fish up that they caught look massive.
This was movie magic.
It was trickery, photographic trickery, I say. And now, don't get me wrong, it was a big-ass bull shark, and it probably was pregnant. And it was
little bull puppies.
But it made it look like a megalodon was getting ready to chomp down on a diver. You know the picture that you sent me initially from that video,
I'm
right?
sorry.
Yeah. How dare you? How dare you try to fool the public and promote this kind of garbage?
I don't think it wasn't really the picture. It was more the story.
What?
So maybe don't look at the pictures. Maybe read.
Well, I mean, the guy was not afraid to go snorkeling with bull sharks. I'll give him that much. That's a bit ballsy, because they're known to be a little bit more unpredictable than Caribbean reefs and even great whites for that matter. Yeah. I don't know that I'd jump in the water with a bunch of bull sharks. I'll just say, but
that's a bunch of bull shark.
Yeah, but he seemed not to have an issue with it. But I just didn't like the fact that I think they were just trolling for clicks.
Yeah.
Because of that picture that was forced perspective.
All
to
right,
make
Greg,
the fish
I'll
look
never
bigger.
send you anything ever again.
No, you can send it to me, and then I'll tear it apart limb by limb.
No, I don't want to.
That's why I don't send them.
I don't want to burden you with content. Far be it from me to
Vinny Two
contribute
Tanks,
to the show.
What do you say? What do you think, Vinny?
I can tell you this. I was on an Explorer Venture trip to Turks and Caicos, and I went night diving. I had just gotten a new, really bright 850 lumen dive light.
Right.
And I flashed it. We were swimming along in a group and underwater at night, and I flashed it around. I shot it out to the distance.
Yeah.
And I could see several silhouettes of bull sharks following us.
Whoa.
Using us to hunt, the game that we were stirring up with our lights.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I'm telling you, they were huge. I couldn't believe it.
They were
swim
huge.
Around. I knew it, and I'm the only one that could see it. Butch and I saw it.
Yeah.
No one else did, but
right.
They were all around us.
Right.
That's cool.
Did you relieve yourself just a little bit when you saw them?
I was just impressed. The first thing that entered my mind was I know why they call them bull sharks, because they really do have a protruding chest. They're really, they're really huge.
A protruding chest.
Okay, the protruding. How you saying?
That needs to be your summary.
They're really thick. And
this week on
really,
Scuba Radio, Vinny Two Tanks talks about protruding chest.
Yes.
We're gonna have to. I'll tell you what. We're gonna have to name.
Looking for hour 2.
We're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to do 2 words from Vinny Two Tanks. Protruding chest.
Bull shark.
No, actually, I have a good word for today's show.
Yeah.
It's also a helpful hint.
Oh, you have a word. Oh wait, I'm not ready. Holy crap.
He's not ready. The professional.
Well, just
go
ahead.
What it means, but
well, we could do it. I can give him a little bit of an intro.
Okay, go ahead, CJ.
And now,
do this on the fly.
Vinny Two Tanks word of the day.
Anna.
Phylactic shock.
Okay.
Hint.
You care to elaborate?
That's a very big news thing if you pay attention to weather.
Anna?
And Elsa.
Oh, yes. Anna. Anna is
the ice princesses.
Oh, the
Frozen.
Those goofy hurricane things.
It's
we
the
don't
new
care.
hurricane.
It turns out that the last 7 years, hurricane season officially starts June 1st.
Let's
but
not
the last
talk
7
about
or
that.
8 years in a row, it's starting in May.
Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
It May again, because they talked about Anna hitting now.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
Damn you, Anna.
Okay,
Which
great.
is a good point for you rest of you people if you decide to go to Saba with us, which you all should.
Saba.
All right.
Anna come blowing in and blowed away.
Yeah, okay. All right, all hell's breaking loose here. We're going to have to regroup. You guys, that's what happens when you bring the Gomez Hilton back online. That's what happened. So anyway, hour 2 is on deck, and we'll do we'll get it back on track or make an attempt to. So stick around. Just getting started here on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life. under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ is in the studio with me.
Hora dos.
We got the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, Camel DiMartini at the Gomez Hilton, and Vinny Two Tanks out on the left coast. Now, we are joined by a very special guest and friend who was pretty busy this weekend, but nice enough to join us for a few minutes to tell us what they're up to. And that would be, by the way, the Diver of the Week, brought to you by the Shearwater Peregrine. Embark on your adventure. And the person I'm talking about is Mark Young from Dive Training Magazine and The Scuba Show. Mark, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Greg, how you doing? Where do you get your energy?
Oh, it's a Red Bull and a lot of coffee. Maybe mixed in with a little bit of rum. You know, typical Scuba Radio happy hour kind of deal today.
Hey, hi, other guys. I miss seeing you guys.
Yes. Well, they can see you. Well, they can't see you, but everybody
can hear him.
We miss you, Mark.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Everybody can
Mark,
see the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad on Facebook Live and YouTube. Can't see Mark Young, but you can see the rest of them. And we didn't want to, I don't know, bring you down to our level. So we're not putting your video on. We just want to hear your voice today, Mark. So that way you can, it's plausible deniability, something like that?
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah, because, like I said, Mark is pretty busy. Scuba Show not happening in person this year, but this weekend, which would have been the time of the Scuba Show in Long Beach, California, you're doing a virtual event that kicked off today, right?
Yes, this was the weekend the show would have happened, and Greg, you would be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You would be greeting everybody that came in, doing your cool act. So this is our second year we had to cancel.
Ooh, cool act.
Yeah. They're hip to my job.
Cool act with Greg.
I'm a little disappointed too because we would have had a much bigger crowd this year because the convention center is housing migrants. So we would have had an extra 2,000 people at the show.
Okay, hey, if they're going to come in, might as well convert them into scuba divers if they're not already.
Hey, they're already good swimmers.
Okay, all right, and send your hate mail too.
What?
It's a joke, a bad one, in poor taste, but that's what we specialize in here at Scuba Radio. So anyway. But yeah,
no, it is a shame that the convention center obviously canceled our last two shows. California is especially tough.
Yeah,
with gatherings, we knew it wasn't going to happen, and then actually I feel pretty good that the convention center is taking in the kids that are coming across the border because it's giving them a lot of income, which they probably need. The convention center's been out of business for over a year,
right?
So I'm sure the government's paying them very well to do this.
Well, I bet, yeah. So they'll take what they can get, of course.
Yeah,
but look, you guys aren't sitting back and doing nothing. You're doing the virtual Scuba Show that is kicked off today. And what does that entail exactly? What are you doing exactly for everyone, Mark?
Our exhibitors lose out too because they don't get to show their stuff.
Yeah.
So it's at ScubaShow.com. It's we have about 150 exhibitors set up exhibits where they have actually it's pretty cool. They have show specials like a lot of the destinations. They have videos up. Most of the exhibitors put up videos.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to see some of the destinations and some of the liveaboard operations, they've got terrific visuals. These guys do a nice job on their videos.
Okay.
So you can see all that. If you're thinking about traveling someplace, This you can break this down by destination. We've got it pretty well segmented, so you can go to travel generally, and then different destinations specifically, and see all the operators there. So that's pretty good.
Right. And then the seminars that you guys typically do at the Scuba Show. Last year we did a virtual version of that, and I helped out with that. Some of those are going to be available up on the website too, as part of the virtual Scuba Show for this weekend, and some new updated ones, right?
Yeah. So two things. You hosted all the seminars last year, and you did a good job. And most people obviously haven't seen those, so we left those up. So if you want to go in and see Greg do his magic monitoring these things,
But don't let that scare you away.
Greg, did you do your cool act for that? Did you bring your A game? Because I feel like today is somewhere around a C minus.
Well,
that's why they didn't have him on board this year.
Okay, thanks for that,
Because he done
Jerry.
such a great job last year.
Oh, you are a liar.
Oh, you just dug yourself out of that.
Yes, whatever. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, it's some very useful information.
Yeah, so we left all those up, and they were pretty relevant this year. This is that we have Ebersol talking about COVID and diving, the
Right.
best California beach dives because everybody's still kind of locked down, so the beach diving's really popular. And then the seminar we updated and did brand new is it's called Why Divers Die, and it's the coroner, LA coroner, and Ken Curtis, and the guy that runs the chamber out there. Carl Huggins, and they do a seminar where they take the fatalities off the California coast from last year.
Yeah.
And they kind of go through the entire, hey, here's what happened. Here's what we found out. Carl talks about the chamber treatments. It's really fascinating.
It is.
I hate to say this. I finally got a chance to watch this seminar because it's going on every year, but I'm too busy to attend the seminars. And it really is fascinating. So
it
they do a
is.
nice job.
It's kind of a more morbid type topic, and especially when you think about it when you see the headline and everything, and you're like, "Wow, where's this going to go? Is I'm going to be watching an episode of Dexter or something, or
And generally, we let Vinny kick those segments off.
Well, true, but it's actually
it is funny because that's kind of what I always thought, that you almost hate to put the title up, Why Divers Die, but it is a terrific session because it dissects the accident and you learn a lot from it. It's really a lesson on, hey, here's what you don't do.
Right. You don't want to end up like this guy. It's kind of
and it
immoral.
really is. Yeah, it really is a good session, and it's also the best attended session every year that we do it at the show. It's standing room only. So So anyway, so that's been updated. Then we have a product showcase at the show where you can go in and search by product category, where you can look at the new products that the manufacturers have, and again watch videos on those and find a dealer.
Right.
The big thing on the travel part is all the 120 or whatever it is travel destinations that are exhibiting. They've put up their COVID status.
Right.
So and they're going to keep that updated on the site. So if you want to go to Bonaire, you can look at and you'll see the operators and what they're saying about what you have to do to get there, what you have to do to stay there, what you have to do to get out. So if you want to go look around the world and see what's going on, you can see it.
Right. Yeah, and unfortunately, that's something you got an extra hoop or two you got to jump through.
That's super handy to have it all in one place.
Absolutely.
What's the website again?
ScubaShow.com.
Yeah.
ScubaShow.com.
There you go. So that's going on this weekend, and actually it'll be up for the next, several weeks, if not a couple months. So, the bad side of this, or the unfortunate side, is that we're not having a scuba show. The good side is it's going to be virtual. It's online. And even if you're out of the area, you're not there in Long Beach, California, you don't typically go to the show, anywhere on the planet, you could actually participate in the scuba show starting this weekend. So the cup's half full. How about that, Mark? What do you think?
Totally half full. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
The tank is half full.
And Greg, again, I miss you. Next year the show's on for sure. I can't see anything stopping that. I have a feeling it's going to be very, very, very well attended because of the lockdowns and everybody wanting to get out. And Greg, you'll be a big hit again.
Well, despite the fact that I'll be there, come anyway. Plan accordingly. We will have a good time, as we always do. Mark and the crew at the Scuba Show, they're awesome. They also do Dive Training Magazine, which is a fine publication as well. But just the people out there are just top notch. So, Mark, I miss you too. I wish we were there in person, but we'll connect virtually this time. And next time, we'll just make up for that lost time. Fair enough?
May 14th next year.
There you go. All right, Mark Young, ScubaShow.com. Check it out. And we got more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You are now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Jackie and Peter are fun. They go to concerts. They are both getting their scuba licenses.
Don't like scuba people. I'm a dry land guy.
I know how you feel about fish people.
No, fish people are the worst, okay?
I think you should give it to me.
What?
Scuba boy, won't you take me there too?
You know, baby.
Scuba boy, won't you take me there too?
That was a party.
Scuba boy, won't you take me there too?
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ in the studio with me. Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy, and Captain Martini are hanging together at the new Tiki Bar there at the Gomez Hilton. And even Casey the Tobacco Nut is with us now as well.
Gomez Hilton and Tiki Resort.
Yes. Yeah, we started out a little rough and on our connection to the Gomez Hilton.
You know, we're under construction down here.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Was that what the problem was? The Tiki Bar's been expanded, severed some wires, had some issues. I don't know.
We got the issues lined out.
There was a christening of the new Tiki Bar this week with Jerry the Diver Guy, Cam Walt, and I'm wondering if some rum may have splashed over into the...
Dr. Love was here, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Stuart Cove.
Stuart Cove had been here all weekend, too.
Sometimes known as Dr. Love. Yeah. So, their wires got crossed in the beginning, but now you got it all squared away. So, how you like the new Tiki Bar there, Walt? I mean, it's just bigger and better?
It's a work in progress.
It's still not finished.
Got a ways. Oh no.
It'll get finished faster than his boat will.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks nice when we're seeing the background behind Jerry and Walt.
Super nice, Greg. We've added that much onto it, so it's going to be awesome.
Bigger and better. More room for mermaids and extraneous
We're going to put a pole
passerbys.
in too.
Oh, there's going to be a pole, of course.
Yep, well, the roof has to be supported.
Well,
somehow.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's exactly.
Would that
what
be
I
a
mean.
wooden pole? That might be a little.
I think it's going to be a brass pole.
Huh. Okay. That'd just be more permanent, I guess.
We don't want to get any splinters.
Well,
like a firehouse.
Yes. We get hurricanes down here, so
those hurricanes are terrible. Yeah, we don't want those. Anna the hurricane.
Hurricane.
Where is Anna, by the way? Vinny brought that up earlier. This first hurricane.
Anna's near Bermuda.
Yeah, in the neighborhood of Bermuda.
Okay.
And,
so it won't
and
be
also the lovely Joelle is down here. You remember her, Greg?
Oh, yeah. You've had a lot of people stopping by the Gomez Hilton, as they do. And actually, a bunch of the diving legends got together with Walt and, the dive god Neil Watson and Peter Hughes was there, and they all went over to the Watson Westin because the Gomez Hilton was under construction.
Right.
And they had their rum tasting. Lad from Reef was there too. Is that right, Jerry?
Lad was not there.
Oh, Lad wasn't there.
Andy.
Andy. Oh, okay. From the aquarium down there in Miami.
Right.
Yep.
All right. So some pretty big dive celebrities, and then Jerry the diver guy got to be a fly on the wall.
Well,
and hang with them.
Living legends. I was honored to be there, and I've been honored to call these guys my friends for many years.
Yeah. Well, you've called them friends. They've called you someone just like they can't get rid of.
Yeah,
but
regardless, they call me a
regardless.
leech or something.
But
you can call them anything you want.
But Jerry was down there to represent Scuba Radio at the rum tasting event, and decided hey, let's have a few glasses of rum. And then, I'll do my best impression of Greg on Scuba Radio. And it went something like this, I think.
Hey, this is Jerry the Diver Guy, and I am live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida with the Living Legends. And guess what? It sucks to be you.
Sucks to be who? Who?
What? Who? You, damn it. Look, it's Peter.
It's Peter Huge, and Peter Huge has a huge appointment, so he's got to get the hell out of Dodge.
You're listening to Scuba Radio.
Wow.
See ya.
Wow. So that was Jerry the Diver Guy's best attempt at, I don't know.
Was that an audition?
Was it, Jerry?
Just like you.
Yeah, well, that's the alcohol-induced version of you.
Okay. All right. Should I be...
Should be insulted.
Okay.
Simpatico.
It's not good.
Okay. We'll go with that. But regardless, yeah. I don't know. He did his best. I'm not quite sure what was going on there, but when you figure that the rum was flowing.
He idolizes you, Greg.
Who?
You're my
Jerry.
hero, Greggy.
See?
Jerry does? No,
come on.
When I heard Neil and Peter going, who, sucks to be you, who? I don't know what was going on there, but I'll take it.
It was a bit.
There were some owls there. That was
yeah, right. Okay. Well, regardless, I'll take it as a compliment, despite the fact that you say it was an insult.
It just depends on how you think that sounded.
We missed you.
Well, of course, and I wish I could have been there. We were doing some Scuba Radio spring cleaning here at headquarters, and I couldn't sneak away. So
the wife said, "Clean up your mess."
Okay, quiet you. I'll just turn his mic off.
There you go.
No, I had to install a new guitar amplifier here at the headquarters for the Scuba Radio guitar, as you can see on Facebook Live and YouTube. Should I play it today?
Yeah, play it.
No.
Play.
See, Vinny wants it.
Play.
Vinny's deaf, by the way. He's tone deaf.
No, I hear it.
Okay. Just checking. Okay, so Casey says yes.
Yes.
And
give us a
CJ?
little.
Yeah, play it.
So this is a new
Ray.
Hey, Ray, rock and roll.
Ray.
So we do have a new song that we're working on. CJ knows about this, but he's the only one. And there's reasons why that is so.
That's a beautiful guitar.
It It is a beautiful guitar. Thank you, Vinny. Because, just so we're clear, it's better to look good than to play good. I heard that years ago, and
It does look good.
And I've stuck to that mindset for years.
The guitar looks good, Greg.
So there you go.
CJ, get ready with the soundtrack.
All right, here we go. Yeah, it's not turned on.
It's working.
Yeah. You want to turn the amp on?
What do you name of this song? Silently.
You guys can't hear the guitar. I hear.
You can't hear it.
Can't hear anything.
No.
Ah, well, who cares?
That's what makes it so good.
Everyone can hear it except
I can
you
hear
guys.
I thought he was just getting ready. Did he actually play yet?
No. Hopefully we're on
I
commercial.
can't hear nothing. I got my mic
Yeah, that's
turned all the way up.
You must not have the amp routed.
Yeah, because Barry was, he kind of rained on my parade. I was like, fine, I just won't let him hear it.
None of us could hear
He can only hear me playing. He can only see me playing. He wasn't allowed to hear me playing.
Later, guys.
But the rest of the world heard it.
I heard
CJ
it.
Heard
Sounded good.
Yeah,
Leave it up
see?
to Barry.
Couple blues
to ruin
licks.
everything.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, we're working on it. It's not ready for prime time yet, but neither is this show, so it fits pretty good. More coming up.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am, and everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
Oh yeah, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. How about that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Losers, come on. Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah, okay.
All I hear is jealousy, Greg.
Play, Greggy, play.
Yeah, well.
Now play it.
What are you saying, CJ?
I think you killed my
Free
mic. There we
bird.
go.
Play Free Bird.
All right, that's enough.
Love it.
So anyway, Bubble Boy is with us now. So
Oh, nice of you to join us.
He's a little late, but he's here.
I'm a little lit. I'm a little lit. A little late.
Little what?
A little lit.
Little lit for Scuba
It is
Radio Happy
Saturday,
Hour.
so
Yeah.
Well, that's what she said too. She's a little
Okay,
late.
that's enough. The thing.
James Tiki Bar looks so much better than Jerry's right now.
You mean Bubble Boy?
Bubble Boy.
It's not Jerry's Tiki Bar. That's the Gomez Hilton.
Yeah, get it right, Barry.
Yeah.
But he's the CEO of the Gomez Hilton.
Who, me?
Mine's the prequel.
No, Walt.
Okay, Barry's talking nonsense. The thing is, Barry doesn't even drink, so he has no excuse.
He's drunk, Greg.
So that's the part that is a little concerning.
Barry's
sometimes.
internal monologue just comes flowing out his pie hole.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe like Barry is actually an alien. He's one of those underwater aliens that have been exposed
I could
by the
see
Pentagon.
that. I could totally. That would explain.
They're probably among
Greg,
us.
you have to get in the water to be an underwater alien. He never gets in the water.
I just don't get in the water with you.
Well, no, the aliens are underwater, and then they could have come up through his plumbing and invaded, and
just like the Easter eel.
Right? They they could be. The Easter eel might have been. Maybe it was one of those aliens. They get probed, the whole thing, take over human, body. Okay. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. More coming up.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Hey, man. Hey, what are you doing today? I don't know. I was kind of bored. You want to do something cool? Well, like what? We could go scuba dive. Oh, yeah, that sounds great. I've never done it before. Well, there's only a few things that you got to do to be good at it, and it's really easy to learn. Here, I'll show you. Come with me.
Okay, everyone, let's get our gear on. Let's go for a dive. Tanks are right here.
Now to be a scuba diver, it can be so much fun. Making memories and sharing good times in the sun. Descend with the quickness, equalize so you don't pop. To avoid decompression sickness, always make a safety stop. Gonna be a scuba diver. Gonna be an underwater survivor. Gonna be a scuba diver.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Good place to be if you want to be a scuba diver. I am Greg the Dive Master. That's a great little song. Tim Beeman is a guy who did that, I don't know, quite a few years ago at this point. I've tried to track him down. I couldn't find him anywhere.
I think that's a great song.
It is a good song. And, so I'm working on trying to do something similar and see if we can do our own little scuba theme song. We're going to have to work up to that level of quality. It isn't something as fancy as like the Dive Heart song or Underwater Survivor by Tim. It'll be something much more crude and probably inappropriate. But that's just kind of how we roll. You think?
Yeah.
But always the best guitar spot.
Well, we're going to look good regardless because, we got the good equipment. And,
do we have to wear wigs?
What do you mean?
Is this an 80s band?
For our stage show.
Well, I mean, if you would like to, you can.
CJ, if you're going to have hair, you have to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You don't have to. I mean, I'd leave that up to the individual to decide.
I mean, you're definitely going to need some help too.
What do you mean?
You need a wig or something cool.
Sunglasses.
White rain ain't going to help. Period.
White
so
rain.
You have to have hair.
There's no rain here.
White rain.
There's no rain.
What's he talking about?
I don't know. They're talking about making it rain at Gomez Hilton.
Hairspray.
Okay.
From the 80s.
Looks like a nuclear blast behind Jerry and Walt.
Well, it could be. Could be a little bit of that.
Bright out today.
It's a punami back there.
Go to the light. Go to the light. But yeah, we're putting together.
Back there is pretty good.
Scuba. We're putting together a scuba band, and who knows? Maybe it'll be the DEMA show in Las Vegas, so we could do something, or maybe for Bugfest.
We don't have enough time. Not this year.
Well, it'd be the end of July. You don't think we could whip something up into shape that'd be something we wouldn't be totally embarrassed by?
No, you'll be totally
If we started tomorrow.
We're going to
What
be
do you
listening
ask
for
to
Dive
scoop
Hard.
of cow pie?
I think you have to take into consideration how much it would take to embarrass you, Greg.
True. The bar's pretty low. I mean, because, we have no standards to live up to. We've only taken
We have no
lower,
songs, no
lower
set
and lower.
list.
More of a speed bump.
We don't even have a whole band.
All we'd have to do is come up with one particular song that would be...
You need more than one song, my friend.
Why? We just
the
play
audience will turn on you.
Well, you play the one song and then you walk off the stage, and hopefully they're wanting more. The
TJ,
Scuba Cow.
And then what do you do?
One-hit wonders out there.
Yeah, one-hit wonder. That's
then what do you do when you come back for your encore and you only have that one song?
We play
it again.
Yeah. Well, we got to come up with a scuba theme song. I'm thinking, with this whole underwater UFO thing.
Play it again, Sam.
The underwater alien. Writing a song about the underwater aliens
that don't exist. Okay.
Yeah, because the chances are when they do reach out and actually want to communicate, it'll probably be with music. So if we create the introduction or the language that the aliens can communicate with us, maybe divers and can.
They're going to communicate with the dolphins before they'll communicate with us. The dolphins will know what's happening way before we do.
Well, okay, but if we can get our fin in there, so to speak, we could...
By the time humans know what's going on, the dolphins would have forged an alliance with the aliens into a super powerful, multi-planetary force.
And they're going to vaporize us as soon as we
I don't know
reach
how.
out?
They'll get rid of us. I don't know how. But
Dolphins are ignorant.
No, they're not.
What?
They're smart.
Why would you say this, Bubble Boy? What's wrong
Because
with...
everybody knows that the aliens are going to communicate with the octopi.
I don't think that's accurate.
That's true.
They are.
You're basing that on what?
An octopus
you
has
saw
the
my
DNA
octopus
of every
teacher,
living
didn't you?
organism. Oh my God!
Yeah, that was
Vinny,
kind of
Vinny,
like
what's in your
Nice
mouth?
kitty, bad kitty.
That's wildlife porn.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's not appropriate, I don't believe. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, maybe they could be octopi. They are pretty smart, them critters for sure.
Greg, I read somewhere that they have more DNA. They have like the DNA of every living creature.
Who, the aliens or who?
No, the octopus. An octopus has.
Yeah, but I think what the barrier is, intelligence or not, the octopus really don't communicate with each other as at the level that dolphins do.
Because dolphins have lips and octopi
possibly.
have
I mean, they can unscrew a bottle cap, so.
Who ends up on the dinner plate, the octopus or the dolphin?
Neither.
Oh,
Yeah.
Humans.
Yeah. I mean, they can unscrew.
depends on which country you're in.
We're done. We're toast.
I've
Our
seen that.
time has come.
Yeah.
We had a hell of a run. We had a hell of a run ruling the planet. Now we're done.
Vinny will tell you about that movie, The Octopus Lover. What was it called, Vinny?
Yeah.
There's your song, Greg.
My octopus teacher, yeah.
There's your song.
What?
We had a hell of a run, but now it's done.
And that's it.
The
That's the
octopus
first
are
verse.
taking over.
Sounds like we'll make great pets.
Yeah. There you go. Same idea. They knew.
Okay, so the song could be, hey, aliens, hey, underwater aliens, we'll be your pets.
Be nice to the dolphins and the octopus just in case.
Just tell us to fetch. Okay, I don't know. See,
refocusing this mess is going to be impossible.
if we're on the front line of the human race to try to reach out to these new underwater aliens that we could encounter, we're doomed.
No, I think we're good.
No, I think we're doomed. If we are the ones that are going to do this.
Maybe we should teach ourselves
music,
sign language, so we could speak underwater to the aliens.
Yeah, well, there's that. You could do that, or
Greg, why do you think the aliens are always flying down into the ocean? They bypass us and go straight towards the smart, intelligent life on the planet.
Well, they're okay.
Oh, I thought it was just for cover.
But see, as divers, are we going to have first contact? That's
of course.
That's why I'm saying we have
May
to have
second and third too.
We got to get prepared. What do you mean May 2nd and 3rd? What is it?
Well, second and third contact.
Oh, okay.
You hope you get a second and third contact, but they only have the first contact.
They're going to vaporize us on sight, I'm sure.
According to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, as they swim into the universe, they say, "Thanks for all the fish."
Okay.
That's true. And always have a towel with you.
Interesting.
Yes, the towel's very
I wish it
important.
was.
You wish it was what?
Interesting.
Oh. Wait, you mean Barry or what?
I don't know what's happening right now.
I don't either.
What's happening?
I mean, they're quoting
Where am I?
movie.
What is this?
Yeah. Isn't this the after show?
No.
You have to shave.
Nah, we're gonna fix this. Oh, we haven't even started the broadcast yet.
I don't bother.
Yeah, but no, I do think
we had nothing.
I am going to create a song, and it will be a overture to the aliens that we should be on the lookout for. Cause it's going to change everything next time I'm in the ocean. I'm telling you, I'm going to be on the lookout for something swimming by real fast, because they're saying these things do like 300 knots.
No, it was 100 knots. How did you get to 300?
Barry's right.
I saw it on the news. Hello.
Yeah, well, you have to turn the volume up and listen to it.
The fake news.
It was 100 knots.
Okay, 100 knots, 300 knots. What difference does it make?
Oh,
200.
Yeah.
It was
200. That's the
it's
difference.
Math. That's right. I hate math. Math sucks. But okay, let's say.
California.
Yeah. Well, 100 knots is still pretty friggin' fast.
It's
Blink and
insane.
you miss it.
CJ, that's our dive instructor. He hates math.
I know. It's sad, isn't it?
How are we still here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Angels.
The magic of
Guardian angels.
The magic
we
of
actually
dive computers.
That's a more important point. Do guardian angels go underwater? I think they do.
Guardian angels. That's nonsense.
Would the guardian angels interact with the aliens?
What? There's aliens. What guardian angels are you talking
No,
about?
they're in South New
The
York.
ones that saved Bubble Boys and my ass from.
I think they were laughing at you hysterically at Blue Springs this week.
Yes, CJ, where were they at Blue Springs?
They're
I
real
needed my
practical
dive
jokers, is
Hey,
what I heard.
I had my card. Don't look at me.
Yeah. What
Who
was
doesn't
up
take
with
an
that?
electronic card? Who doesn't take an e-card?
We went to go dive at the springs, and the lady asked for the card, and I go to show her my card, and he got up there before me, and he's got his phone. You would think they would take it.
Yeah, they didn't.
They were like, no go.
You sure they
No go, Tokyo.
Are you sure they didn't recognize you?
No, because it has my name, and then it had my dive instructor. Oh, God, that's what it is.
No, that's a lie. That's, you got, basically the park rangers aren't accepting electronic cards. We'll talk more about it next. Stay close.
Scuba Radio.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new Scuba Radio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 Scuba Radio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New Scuba Radio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
This is better than porn. It's like porn and Shark Week combined.
He's got no legs to kick it with, and he's got no arms to swim with. But nonetheless, he is a scuba diver man, and he's doing the best he can. Scuba diver man, doing the best he can. Scuba diver man, scuba diver man, scuba diver man, scuba diver man, scuba diver man.
His brain ain't right, but it's fun.
Okay, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me. Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Vinny Do Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy is hanging with Walt Martini at the Gomez Hilton, Casey the Tobacco Nut, and even Bubble Boy.
Be here.
On your way from home, what do you mean, Jerry?
Home away from home.
Oh, okay.
South Florida, buddy.
All right, if you say so. You've been doing a lot of construction. You're helping out Captain Walt there at the Gomez Hilton with the construction overseeing.
We gotta make the Tiki Resort beautiful.
Right. Make sure it doesn't fall down, I guess. Is that it?
It's running on alcohol, so it could fall over any time.
Well, I don't know about
Does
that.
it need to be inspected?
No.
They don't bother with that kind of stuff.
Okay, good.
Yeah. They have standards to violate. Right? Yeah.
Right.
So,
Breaking the law.
okay, there's a little bit of that going on, but that's part of the charm of staying at the Gomez Hilton. All right,
The
so
Guatemalan tribe of the Seminole Indians put this tiki hut up.
really? So you have
Fine establishment.
Okay, I didn't know that, but there's some kind of Indian heritage that is behind the tiki bar.
Jerry, what are you doing exactly?
Supervising.
Aha. I
And
see.
Jerry's got Indian blood, don't you, Jerry?
That is correct.
I think
Really?
it's Chief Osceola, something like that.
Oh,
No.
interesting.
That's not very nice.
Too far south for that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I
I'm more
don't
northern.
I don't know about that tribe, but
Taint Indians.
interesting. Okay. Well, look, we did announce, if you missed it, the next Scuba Radio Scuba Cruise is going to take place on September 11th in Saba. And by the way...
Or is it Saba?
It's Saba. Saba for Vinny Two Tanks. He likes Saba, but it's Saba.
Was that the word of the day I missed?
And here's the thing. We are actually going to be traveling on September 11th. You may think, what is that, crazy? Because this year will be the 20-year anniversary of September 11th. But I am not afraid. I am going. It's going to be an easy flight from Florida, especially, and actually from anywhere into St. Martin. So, but I'm flirting with the idea of, not because I don't want to, but I actually would like to spend maybe some quality time in St. Martin before we board the boat. So I may fly in a day or two before and hang out in St. Martin, go to the guava berry factory and mill around the
You just want to go
place.
to the nude beach, Greg. Come on.
On the French side of St. Martin, what do you think, Vinny? Have you been there?
Remember when we went there and we stayed at that resort? I'm thinking about going to that resort again.
See,
I
you're
hear it's
thinking that
rebuilt.
too, right? Yeah, they got a lot of
I
nice.
just want to go to the nude beach.
No, I want to go.
That's
No,
the
you
resort where
don't.
you get all the food and you can go get blown out, by the jet wind, go blow you off the beach.
That's
Remember
right.
that?
Yeah, they have an airport right there, by the beach. And
The resort that we stayed at was right there.
there's a bar right on the other side of the fence that is set up, and tourists go there with the idea of hoping that a jet is going to blow them off their ass and into the water.
Okay.
It's a thing.
You'll find those videos on YouTube.
Yeah, people, for the record, people have died from doing that, by the way. So
Actually, Greg,
Let's do it.
yeah.
the last time we was there, did we fly out of that airport?
Yeah, that's where you get. It's St. Martin. It's St. Martin Juliet Airport there. It's that
Princess
airport.
Juliet or something?
But the bar next to the airport where they do this, I would put it down as a spectator sport, not necessarily something that you would want to do yourself.
You'll see hundreds of people there.
I know, but I mean, people have died doing this. They think, oh, this would be great. I'll have a jet, exhaust blow
Here,
me off
hold
my
beer
ass.
a minute.
and they get blown away, and then they end up landing on a piece of concrete or something and split their head open. People have been hurt, and people.
Could you
have
lash
died.
yourself to a tree or something?
I don't know.
There's no tree.
Yeah, it's right
Just
there
a
at the
fence.
beach. What's funny, you see people, they'll set up on a lounge chair, and then they'll be blown away and into the ocean, and it's kind of comical to watch. But once again, I it's something I'd go and just kick back at the bar away from
It's like parasailing without the sail.
Correct.
Well, I'd actually like to try it near the beach. I'd like to try it.
Oh, and be an interesting way to
we
go.
need to make that
Hey,
happen.
remember Vinny Two Tanks?
Here, hold my beer.
They're gonna have to tie Vinny down because it's easy for him to blow away.
Yeah. So it's kind of a thing, but there is some controversy connected to it as well. But definitely something you'd want to go observe.
Yeah.
But I just don't know that.
The opportunity to September 11th.
Well, there you could do that, or like you said, we could come out to St. Martin a couple of days before, stay at one of the nice.
Vinny, I think you're misconstruing the phrase "blow you off the beach."
Blow the man down.
Is that going to be Explorers Ventures selling point for this, Greg?
What do you mean?
Come and join the Scuba Radio cruise and watch Vinny get blown away.
Okay, could be. That could
well,
be.
You got to go to the resort after or before.
Yeah. Well, there's a whole bunch of things.
It's all special effects. We bungee him, then we take the bungee cords and we tie him to the back of a truck.
We could just take Vinny and just knock him over. Yeah. It's like if we can't time it out with a jet exhaust, just get a bunch of. We just punch him in the face.
Make him box a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Well, I've never missed a dive on an Explorer Adventure trip yet.
And he's not going to do it this time either. There you go.
He's going to be blown away.
Yeah, unless he gets blown off the island by jet exhaust. There's that, I guess. All right. On that note, we're going to wrap it up. Till next time, remember, it is always better where, gang?
Down where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
Scuba Radio on the boat or down below if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.